Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello there, my name is Dami, and today on another episode of Showcase Africa, I'm super excited. You can't believe what I've got. But first off, our objective at Showcase Africa is to be able to bring together innovators, entrepreneurs, thought leaders across Africa. We believe that African time is now, and we need people that can drive that change that we so need and desire. However, we have to collaborate to get these things done. And today, I'm so excited at what I've got, and thanks to Ray for making this happen. The energy is so palpable. And, even before we met physically, it has just been like great energy. It's so encouraging to find people like Lea, and it's so great to have you on the show. Thanks for coming through, and we really love to have you here.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful introduction. So happy to be with you and physically meet in the flesh. And as you 100% said, the energy was just organic. It was powerful. It was like a meeting that was designed in the universe, but that is actually being written right now in the 3D. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, and it's great. And already, like, before we started this, we've had great conversation. And it's so good that we're also having that conversation with other people.
Absolutely.
And you've almost like given a lot of, pointers to why we should drive this going forward. And I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
And again, it's good that we're going to action this together. But let's take it from the top. I want you to introduce yourself. Like I said, off the scene in terms of, and you said it succinctly, like you're very intentional about your brand, because I went through, the first thing that struck me was the profile.
Yeah.
Like even the how quick that came through. So you are not preparing to do the profile.
Yeah.
You already have your profile. Very solid, very well designed. Secondly, is what is super amazing is your socials. Like, we need to learn from that. So can you just walk us through who you are, and how you came through this part of styling and all of that?
Yeah, great. Well, firstly, thank you for noticing the curated pages, the curated profile. I think it's just so important that you stay ready, because you never know when a golden opportunity like this can fall into your lap. There's no time to be running to designers, running to get ready for the opportunity. You've got to welcome the opportunity. Yeah. And as part of welcoming the opportunity, it means my arsenal is ready when the opportunity comes knocking. Yeah. So obviously, branding is very important to me. It's part of what I do. It's part of what I sell. And I'm very intentional about representing my brand well in real time. So you cannot be selling luxury lifestyle experiences, curated events, beautiful spa experiences, and not really embody that yourself, because people buy into you as a person first. So yeah, that's me. I'm all about luxury lifestyle experiences, being very intentional about how I present that, being very intentional about how my physical image also introduces me before I step into rooms. Because people do judge. Before you even say hello, my name is, that is already formed, in the mind. So I'm an entrepreneur, Johannesburg based currently, born and bred in Pretoria. And my passion is really taking my brand, expanding it, calling in the right people to align with my brand, and then start putting in the feet to really start expanding it across the continent.
Yeah, so walk us through the brands, because we need to get I know that from what I studied, you have about 4 major brands
Yes.
that you're pushing.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through
Sure.
comprehensively one by one?
I'm going to start with the OG brand, and that's the brand that kind of like started everything. And it's really that foundation brand for me that will always be something I fall back on, and that's the Black Olive brand. So Black Olive is a luxury events business. We have private and corporate clients across the country. And for those clients, we really sit and understand what is it that they want to achieve through the eventing process that is more than just beautiful flowers on a table, that is more than just a well thought out menu.
Yeah.
What is the emotion? What is the memory that you want your clients to leave with when they leave that event? So that is what Black Olive is about. We've been in the industry since 2012.
Wow.
It's not a new brand. It's really, it's done the work. I've done the work with it. I mean, we started in 2012, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm giving Zuma now with the numbers. We started in 2012, and we started with one client that literally fell into my lap by chance, and she was a lady that worked at Standard Bank. And at that point in time, my website wasn't even designed, and this lady was like, all right, I think you've got such a creative way about you. Have you ever thought about doing parties? I was like, I haven't, but I can sure start thinking about it.
But what were you doing before that?
I was in training and development.
Oh, okay.
So I worked for a big corporate before I started my own business.
Makes sense.
So I worked for a big German company called Siemens. So I was in the ICT sector. So training, development, events for those trainings were kind of like part of my portfolio. But Demi, when you even though you've got the nice big cozy office, you're sitting on 3rd floor, you're traveling the continent, you're the youngest member on the executive team, but it feels like, no, something's missing, something really is missing. So I was always in corporate before, and then I moved to Johannesburg, and within a month of moving, I resigned, and people thought I was crazy. So you can imagine family is like, are you wilding out? Are you going through a crisis?
Yeah.
Do we need to check you in for a doctor's appointment? Why would you want to leave such an amazing job? Because it really was a great job with wonderful opportunities. But I knew in my entire DNA that was not where I was going to end up.
Yeah.
So obviously starting your own business, you're able to use all the key learnings from business practices, how to run a business, how to set up a business. There was a lot of learnings that I took out of my corporate career that I could immediately apply from project management to business development to marketing to sales. Those are all things that the corporate world had entrenched in me, but I could now leverage that.
Which was the same thing we were discussing in the first, in the other episode. And I'm seeing also that quite similarities in terms of there has to be a time in your life when you make the jump.
Yes.
And it's never a convenient time.
Never.
That's what we're seeing. I could also flash back to when I had to move from corporate.
Yes.
First off, I transited to a smaller business. I took a pay cut. I went from a formalized, structured environment to a non-structured environment where 100%. Even salary might not be paid. And it's almost like something is really wrong with you. In Nigeria, I don't know if you know about that, we call it village people syndrome.
I know it.
Village people, right? But it looks like you are losing your mind. Yes. And I'm saying that with having conversation with Label, now having that with you, that there has to be that moment when you jump off the corporate ship, right?
All the way.
Jump into the ocean, and you just hope that the shark doesn't
grab you.
Yeah, and hopefully if it does, you survive anyway. But,
listen.
So,
so 100% what you're saying, it really is that syndrome of getting a lot of kickback from family, especially. Because, our families have also set us up to, we've put you through school, we've paid lots of money for you to go to university, and now we expect you to go back into the workforce and start making lots of money with stable salaries that's coming, so you can pay black tax back.
Yes, yeah, the cash cow.
The cash cow now.
Yeah.
That's why we invested in you. So now when the cash cow says, but guys, hold up. I might not know if I'm going to have a salary for the next 3, 4, 5 months because I'm busy setting up a brand new business. You know, people really do think that you've lost the plot somewhere along the line. But I mean, here we are, how many years later since then? And, you know, our parents and our families and all the naysayers are looking at you now and they're like, okay, maybe, you know, the potion of craziness.
I get
there was something that you needed to drink there. So there's no looking back for me.
Yeah. So the second brand, walk us through the second brand.
So that is so my second brand is actually a brand that crazy story that I never thought I would enter into the beauty wellness space, even though I'm a huge consumer of the beauty and wellness space.
And you look so beautiful, by the way.
I appreciate that with humility and kindness. Thank you. So I spend a lot of my hard-earned money in the beauty space, in the wellness space. I'm a girl. I'm a girly girl. I like nice things. And I actually bought into a franchise a couple of years ago. This was 2018.
Yeah.
And it was something at the time that I thought would be a great additional business for me. And it was a brand at the time in the South African industry that was starting to pop up in little pods. Fast forward a year down the line, even though I paid my franchise fee, which was quite a sum of money at the time, it was like 350,000 Rand that I'd spent to secure my license to operate in a specific area. No license fee went down the drain. No shop was ever opened. And today, you know, these people are being hunted for one of the biggest franchise scams that's been run in the nail industry in the country. So, I obviously looked at that situation and I started connecting with a lot of other women, hundreds of women, especially Black female women that had bought into the concept because it seemed like a very beautiful business idea. And that made me stop and be like, but Lea, why did you ever think you needed to buy into this franchise in the first place? What part of you would not have been able to start your own brand, go out, secure a shop space, come up with a logo, come up with an identity, come up with an offering and offer it and market it directly to consumers? Why wouldn't you be able to do that? Because remember, I started my events business in 2012. So during that time, between 2012 and 2018, I had already started building my network. I had already started building up my clientele. But then I had already secured really big corporate blue chip companies as my corporate clients. So my network was expanding. But there we were, a couple of years down the line, fought the battles, did the court thing, went through the entire thing. But I think what that experience taught me is that never be afraid to stand within your own power. Don't think that your brand would never be able to
go mainstream.
Just because you are one individual person. And that's what I did. So I took that learning and I literally refined it. And that's where Cassilia Spa came and was born. So what happened with that brand is I took the learning and I expanded it because now those same scammers literally lit a fire under me. And I'm a Taurus. I'm very true to my zodiac. Bite me once and the horns are going to come out, you know? And that's what happened. So I took that fire, I took that fuel, and instead of just a nail offering, it was like, I'm bigger than that. I don't just need to focus on nails. Why would I do that? I went out, I secured the most amazing business property, commercial property that wasn't even for sale. So again, this shows you that if things are ordained for you, if it's been written in the metaverse for you, in the dimensions for you, it's not gonna miss you. I literally drove past the building, which is now my building. And there was a big corporate in there. They were actually, it was a real estate brand at the time. Their head office was there. And I kept on driving past that building and I was like, something about this building is calling my name. The one day I walked in there And I was like, are you guys selling this building? And I think the receptionist looked at me like, okay, this girl is a bit crazy. No, we're not. But we are looking at moving into another space. Here's the contact number of the people that are actually managing the property. I got into my car. I phoned him. The guy's name was Jan. I was like, Jan, I'm standing in front of 275 Pendoring. This
That's
building...
speaking to intentionality again and the power of just doing things now.
Doing it now.
Do it. Yeah.
I literally got on the call, Demi. You will not believe me. It sounds like a movie. And he's like, you know what? I was actually on my way out, but we've tried buying the building ourselves. Him, the owner.
Yeah.
I've tried buying the building, but the owner's son doesn't want to budge. I'm like, I'm coming down to your office. I'm coming now. We're going to put in an offer. He's like, okay, girl, you can do what you need to do. And I drove down the road and I went to go see this young guy. He obviously thought this girl's cooked in her head, but I knew that building was designed for me. We sat there, we filled out the paperwork. This is all in the same afternoon.
Wow.
He's like, let's take a chance. You know, you never know. Within 3 days, Jan calls me. He's like, I don't know what juju you're on. I don't know what juju this is, but they signed the offer.
Wow. To buy or to lease first?
Purchase the building. To purchase the building, which is exactly,
insane.
It's insane. He was shocked because he had obviously put in offers before to purchase the building himself. It's such a prime location.
Yes.
He couldn't believe that they had signed it. They had agreed to it. Again, testimony to if it is your time, if it is aligned with you, if it is going to be part of a bigger legacy and a bigger purpose, which clearly it is, it will fall into place for you seamlessly. You will not have to struggle for it. And that's how Casalia then came on board. We started renovating the property. Took me 2 years, countless headaches. I lost a lot of hair and I thought it was going to kill a lot of people and potentially end up in jail. Which thank God it never happened. I mean, Ray would be testimony to that as well. I think I was at a point where I was like, I remember this so vividly. It was New Year's Eve. Everybody was out, everybody was partying, and I was still inside the building doing last final touches. And I was like, God, you're really testing me on this one. Like, I feel like this is going to make or break me.
The organic. Or did you have investors?
I did not have an investor at the time. And this was another thing that I learned the hard way is I used a lot of my own capital. I used a lot of my savings because remember now I had the intention that I was going to buy into this nail franchise. I obviously had to have a bit of savings for that. So I had to tap into those funds. That's why I'm saying that New Year's Eve, I was sitting and I was like, I think I'm going to be broke from this project. Before even opening my door. Like bankruptcy became real to me because I'm a perfectionist as well. I don't just want to have that room be functional. I want to have that room be the best room it can be. I want to go choose the fittings. I want to look at the textures. I want to curate the fabric. I want to personalize things. And that comes with a lot of self-pressure that I've put onto myself. And I did that entire renovation myself. And I stood there and I was like, I am literally closing whatever phase 2, phase 3 I was still going to have to do at the time. We're closing the curtain on it. That's it. I'm opening the doors in 2 days. I'm opening it in 2 days. That's it. And that's what happened. And we've been trading. I think a part of me is so scared of that moment that felt so real. Like I could potentially lose everything because I'm pouring everything into this business. That I haven't gone onto the phase 2 and phase 3 expansions. It's there. I know in my brain exactly how it's going to look. I know how it's going to flow. I know how it is going to exponentially take what I've done in phase 1 and it is going to be magnetized beyond comprehension.
So is it a full beauty parlor or how does it work?
So it's a full nail. So currently in our phase 1 offering, we've got a nail bar service, which is your manis and your pedis and all of that. We offer a full spa service, meaning your massages, your facials, your waxing, and And we've got a few signature treatments, which a lot of spas don't offer because I'm obviously someone that enjoys traveling. I like looking at what's happening in the rest of the continent. You and I had a lovely chat about, Nairobi. And there's just so much richness on our continent. Like there is so much experiences that is really true to us as African people. That the rest of the world is going to start seeing, okay, we don't need to be as conventional about beauty and wellness. We've got herbs, we've got trees, we've got plants that they don't have in Europe. We've got rituals. That's very true to, as an example, Sudanese people. There's a ritual that my one Sudanese friend, when I was traveling to Dubai last year, said, this is something that is so rich in Sudanese culture that the brides prepare themselves with. And I sat and I took this gem and I'm like, this needs to be part of my phase 2 expansion.
Makes sense. Ray, please, let's make sure that we put all of the imagery from the spa onto this video. Let's superimpose, please. Right. So let's showcase, because this is showcase. We need to showcase that it's critical. Like if you can get a picture of the early stages, after opening the building, all of that.
Watching me
super,
in the garden.
And what it is now, just to make sure that at least we can see that this is talking about from ground up, and people need to understand that. It's crazy because I can almost imagine what it feels like at that moment, and doing things organically and all of that. People still even don't believe that there's such things, especially amongst the Gen Zs nowadays. Social media has made things look funny. So, and that's why we need more of this to show that you can actually build from ground up, and it can be crazy. Nobody's denying that, but it's extremely possible from zero revenue. I've done 2, going on the 3rd 9-figure a year company twice from zero. Do you get what? The whole idea is to show people that that's not an outlier. So if you have critical mass of people emerging from different countries, to show this, that you can actually move. And it is so important for you, you're sitting in a double place, right? Now as an entrepreneur. But more importantly, as a lady entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
The augmentation economy that exists nowadays, that people just believe that you can't be self-sufficient. You have to just have one sugar daddy, one
blessers.
So we need to let people understand that a lot of people are moving this narrative to say that, see, you can get it done. It's going to be a lot of stress.
It's going to be
and all of that. But in terms of the 3rd and 4th expressions now, putting it together.
So just before I move on from Cassidy, I think it's very important too, because this is something I'm proud of. And it's something that I've learned as an entrepreneur, that you've got to start becoming very loud and proud about your achievements. And it's something I would shy away from before because, you don't want to seem like you too egotistical, you're arrogant. But now I've realized that your achievements and the caps in your shoulder are important to really start moving new energy into your business. So I'm very proud to tell you that we opened that January that I told you about when I had that massive. And we were trading January, February, March. We entered the spa awards for the biggest spa awards, like for the country. And we were runner-up best luxury day spa within 3 months of operating. Without having even finished the rest of the expansion that we needed. And that was a very come to Jesus moment for me. That as entrepreneurs and as Black entrepreneurs, sometimes we live so much in the shadows, so much in our self-doubt, we're in our heads. So often it's like, oh no, this glass is not perfect. Is it, can I refine it more? Yeah, of course, that is important to do, but it's that endless, limitless belief that I have a glass that is so unique. My energy and what I'm pouring into this glass can be magnetized in such a way that the world is not going to have any other option but stand still and watch and feel the vibration of what I've built with this glass. So that's just something that I think is so important to share with the viewers. Do not doubt yourself. Even in your darkest moments as an entrepreneur, am I doing the right thing? Is this going to be good enough? the doubts are always going to be there, but the energy that needs to override that, that real Mufasa energy, that untouchable energy, the same way I walked into that young guy's office and like, let's put in an offer. That is energy that cannot be taught in a school. You cannot extract that from someone else. It's an energy that you need to consciously activate within yourself. And once that becomes unlocked within you.
But speaking about energy, before we still go into the other brands now, I had the same conversation with Lebo earlier. It's all about, should we just come to terms with the fact that some people just have it and some people don't? It's almost like a monopoly of some sort. Or do we say, just like, I just want to have your view on that. Because what we're saying now is that I realized that to get some amazing things done, it's important that you have high energy, high octane energy, desire, powerful desire, and move through, the bias for action. Are you saying that, can this be built, or are people just some natural, and we have to lead others so that we know how to focus and know exactly, I have that same question. I want to have your view on that.
There's one word that you forgot in what you're saying, because I resonate with what you're saying. But there's one word that I think people don't realize that you need to be, and that's delusional. Delusional to the normal person is like, oh no, you crazy, or it's never going to happen. This is like stars in the sky kind of things. You literally have to be delusional. If you can be delusional about your reality in the 3D, which is what we are sitting in now, that's all you need, is to be delusional. And anyone can be delusional. But you have to be delusional in such a way that I know that in the next 6 months, I'm going to have Cassilia Spa in Nairobi, because this is being delusional about it right now. But not in a way that I'm just sitting and I'm thinking it can just happen. I'm putting it out to you, to the viewers right now. I'm going to have Cassilia Spa going Pan-African. I definitely see it in Lagos. I see.
And by the way, you need to check out Oriki Spa. They're doing I think they're here. I've seen them, Oriki Spa. They're from Nigeria, but they're in Nairobi. I've seen that for sure. And I think they're here.
All right.
So for me, I really focus on things like that to make sure. Remember, the essence of this conversation is we need to expand our thinking and go within the market.
100%.
In other words, it should be that all things being equal, either through franchise or whatever, you should be in 54 African countries.
That's it.
If that is actually possible. If there's no old bar, it should be the case. In 40 countries, in 30 countries, within a country, 3 branches and all of that.
That's it.
The Europeans have shown us that is possible.
It's possible. 100%. Now imagine taking a concept like this and saying, right, obviously I will always be, this is my brand, it's my babe. It will always be something that is a big integral part of who I am. But I'm not saying that I want to be in Nairobi, in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Ghana, in wherever else. And I want to have such a grip that I am not allowing
the local nuances to play out.
To play out and say, all right, this is the blueprint. This is why this brand is known, what it's known for. Obviously, there's going to be certain key things. It's like McDonald's as an example. There's certain key things that's going to be on that menu, whether you at a McDonald's in the States or wherever. But if you go to, as an example, the McDonald's here, there would be certain things that's our flavors, like, a buri burger. It's our flavor. There could be some chakalaka in there. It's our flavor.
And that's what makes it unique.
That's what makes it unique.
It's the Africanness. It's that unique showcase from different local culture. We have such rich culture.
Very rich.
But we're losing it. We're losing it in fashion. We're losing it in beauty products. In fact, in health. We're losing some of these things that makes us unique
And we should never lose sight of that, because it's that uniqueness that is literally going, that's already happening. We're seeing it in music, we're seeing it in culture. You and I were speaking about it earlier. Everybody's jumping onto our bandwagon.
Yeah.
But we've got to be so careful that we don't lose that and have it being hijacked from under our feet. Because everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. We've still got to maintain the control, because it's ours.
Yeah.
It's ours.
Yeah.
So, definitely. I mean, if we open in Lagos, I want to know, what is it in Nigerian culture that is so unique that could expand the offering to what I am already offering here in the South African market, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, we are only calling in the right-minded people sitting at the right tables with the right legacy mindset. I am not selling you a spa service. That's not what I'm selling you. I'm selling you a luxury experience that evolves around rest, restoration, recouping. I'm selling you recuperation in essence. Yeah.
And nowadays, those things in a sense are not luxury again. By that I mean not luxury. I mean that they are not supposed to be in the purview of one person as against another person.
Yes.
They are something that we need to have. Because this speaks to life expectancy, health, wellness, and all of that.
Absolutely.
But again, let's just say, what does luxury mean to you, and what does it mean in the context of Africa? Because the word gets used a lot. It's thrown around, and it's becoming like...
becoming a ping pong.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we as Africans have started equating luxury to designer logos a lot. Luxury is Louis Vuitton, Gucci. We need to start shifting that mindset of what luxury is. Luxury could be peace. That could be a luxury to me. Because as you said so rightly just now, if I am not performing at my peak, if I am not feeling rested, if my body is not a vessel and a vehicle to operate on my behalf at its peak, at its optimum, what is luxury going to mean when I go to the dealership and pull out my G-Wagon and here I am driving around, but I'm sickly. I'm not feeling well. My mind is not even where I'm going to driving that vehicle, because I am not in a heightened state of actually being able to enjoy the experiences, the worldly experiences that come with luxury. So for me, luxury is peace. And I'm heavy on my peace nowadays. If it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't sit good within my system, it's not for me. So a peace that is literally unmatched is luxury. Restoration, calmness, peace of mind, peace of body, where you can feel like if you've left an oasis, I'm ready to walk into tomorrow's presentation with a clear mind, clear mindset. I'm ready to go home and give my family the best of who I am. I feel like I've been poured back into, my tank has been topped up. That is luxury. And we're sleeping on the fact that should just by default be there.
Because it's just there.
Because it's just there.
Because again, we don't value what we have. We have some natural innate abilities, opportunities. And so what happens is that we, just like is said in the Bible, what is this among so many? In other words, it's not really anything. And that was the same thing that was used to feed 5,000.
Absolutely.
So let's speak to challenges, or let's speak to running business in South Africa. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, let's go. I mean, one of the biggest challenges is obviously that affects my business and many other businesses is things like a simple thing like electricity and water. I cannot run my business without those two critical elements of having consistent and continuous power and having consistent and continuous water. How can I deliver any of my services in any of my businesses? Even in the eventing space, if there's no power, how is the DJ going to plug in and play the music? How is the chef going to plug in and start cutting up the sirloin to be served for dinner? So that is a big challenge. I mean, and with that, we need to look at things like solar power, solar energy, getting off the grid. Those are things that cost money, especially when you're starting up your businesses, you need it. You know it's going to impact your business, but to go and spend hundreds and hundreds and thousands of rands in solar powers, big JoJo tanks, go and dig into your backyard and start looking for borehole water. It's going to serve you in the long run, but a lot of business owners don't have that in the beginning of their journeys. I mean, we just running to cover our operating expenses in the beginning. How are we going to go and spend hundreds of thousands going looking for borehole water? It's a huge issue for us in this country. And it's a big dynamic. I mean, yesterday was the exact thing. I had clients booked at my spa yesterday. Boom, power goes.
What?
Fault. Or load shedding at one point in our country was crazy.
Yeah.
It was really impacting our businesses. So how do we look?
But that's child's play if you compare it to Nigeria, but again,
or even Tanzania. I mean, Tanzania has the same issues. But these are things that impact your businesses. What can we do as a business community, as an entrepreneurial community, to be like, all right, I'm looking at your business. I see how important power is to your business. Okay, here's another entrepreneur who's playing in the solar space. How can we scale you in a phased approach so you don't have to go and spend 400,000, 500,000, whatever the price tag is, to give you the equipment to start scaling you and then do it in a sustainable way where it doesn't put you in a position where it starts impacting your cash flow. So those are the kind of things. And then obviously
so the HR, speak to HR talents. Do you think that, because what I realized across Africa is particularly that laid back nature
approach.
And it's palpable in eastern and southern country from my observation. I might be wrong. I know there are few outliers, but that's why we Nigerians, for example, come across as aggressive and passionate, and all of that. But you see, people take it cool, and it cascades into even human in terms of competence, and do you think are you guys above average? From your opinion, are you below or up?
I have to be honest with you. My brothers and sisters from the south of Africa, we very chilled people. We're nice time people. We like to sit back. Pop our bevs, put our meat on the braai, have our chillers. Yeah, it's obviously very ingrained in our culture. But I mean, I'm not going to say across the board all South Africans are just completely laid back. But I think human resources and talent is a huge issue. I've struggled in it, in especially in my spa business, because most of my workforce is South African, and I find that it has been more challenging for me compared to my events business, as an example, because my events business is just made up of a lot of non-South African workforce. These are people that have been with me for years now.
I get you.
We've kind of like crossed over from being colleagues. We literally have become a family. These are people that have been with me 8-9 years already.
Wow.
And my workforce there is mainly made up of people from Zimbabwe, Malawi. That's on my eventing team. I do have a couple of South Africans, but obviously they come in as and when we need them, maybe more part-time workers. Where I find that with my spa business, I've definitely had a lot more challenges in terms of the hunger, that natural hunger for how can I become the best spa therapist there is in Northcliffe, in Gauteng, in the whole of the province, in the whole of the country. It's kind of like more of like a pulling, but having to pull that into them. But I think being a leader, you've got to also look at how you can keep your staff very highly motivated and put some measures in place to keep the motivation going. But obviously you need to also kind of put those measures in place that if someone's not performing or if they're not bringing the best to your business and you don't see them running the full course, you're going to put in the interventions, you're going to put in the training. Remember, I've got a training background. So you're going to put in the mentorship, you're going to put in the training mechanisms, but there comes a point where you just need to be like, okay, maybe that isn't the best position for you.
I get you.
maybe we should put you in another part of the business where maybe you would be able to perform better.
I get you.
Yeah.
So, speaking to the landscape generally. So we'll speak now to lifestyle and luxury lifestyle segment.
Yeah.
Again, luxury can cut across different whatever. What do you see are the emerging opportunities that people can take advantage of? Either, you being here or from outside. What are the emerging opportunity?
I think just saying that already, it's unimaginable.
Yeah.
I literally had a conversation with someone on my way to this interview, and I pitched a concept that a lot of people aren't doing. Because, luxury landscape is obviously, we know we enjoy good food, we enjoy good music, we enjoy premium experiences, beautiful restaurants. I mean, that is something we as Africans enjoy. We enjoy our food. Food is Food is an guys, what's happening? Give me the English. Integral.
Yeah, integral. Yeah.
Integral. Oh.
Part of.
Yeah, it's an integral part of it.
It's integral. Food is Hi, guys. Food is an integral part of us as Africans. Whether it's that home food that mom is cooking up in the kitchen, or whether it's sitting at a signature restaurant in Morningside, we enjoy our food. So what I want to start curating, and this is my plans for the summer, is to start taking the best in food, the best in culture, the best in wellness, the best in music, and start putting it together under one umbrella.
That's fantastic.
And these are the kind of events that I've actually pitched to someone, and he's like an immediate yes, because it's not really being done here. So if you picture, as an example, the Maldives, right?
Yeah.
It's very well known for those beautiful bougie floating pool trays where people are really just enjoying this beautifully curated charcuterie boards, beautiful fine wines. I mean, we're so well known for our wines across the region. Really have the most beautiful blends. And there's a lot of people that I personally know that are, importing or exporting wines that could come on board as partners or sponsors.
Makes sense.
Where we have beautiful wine tasting experiences, where now you're bringing in the wine element with food elements, do the pairings, have the food being floated out, very resort style, Maldives style, have the wellness element. People can still come out, do the treatments, have the luxury experience, and then being able to bring that into music. Maybe have one or two live musicians there that could, provide live performances, because we enjoy our music as well. But we also enjoy the experience of togetherness. We love that. It's part of African culture. I want to be able to not just come out maybe with my girls. I want to be able to, meet up with new people, new energies in spaces, and be able to take that forward. So that is definitely something we're looking at to start launching from about end August. This is Women's Month.
What are you looking at the venue? Are you using your spa space?
I'm going to be using the spa space for the first one. Because I want it to be born from there.
Yeah, I get you.
But these are literally lifestyle experiences that I know we can take the concept and we can start even integrating it into not just my spa or not just into my space. There's beautiful premises, there's beautiful properties, there's beautiful wellness oasis across Johannesburg, where we can take the concept, create the experience, create the footage for it, and then,
so
start rolling
like
that
the
out.
community stuff. I think the extended idea for that might be to just maybe collaborate with municipal communities and have something within that space where people can come. It also allows for for connection, for
100%.
networking and all of that, because we sit in our silos, right? And it's so important. And so now let's begin to wind down and talk about African.
Yes.
Which is the big thing, right? And which is about what the central concept and point about this show called Showcase Africa is all about. It's about collaborating. It's about doing things together. It's about seeing ourselves as a 1.2 billion people market with, the potential is just too much.
Endless
right?
possibility.
But it's like we're sitting in silos. Even within countries, we're sitting in silos. We just keep building. For instance, in Nigeria, you have, it's been said that we have 49 million businesses. You can't believe that 99% of these businesses are micro businesses. So what's the point, right? But it would have been better if we come out in clusters.
Yeah.
We're not saying that everybody has to be corporate or multinational, but it can grow to that.
It can grow.
But why are we sitting in silos? What do you have to speak to that in terms of collaboration and also as entrepreneur looking beyond where you are?
Absolutely. I think, Demi, you've touched on such a critical point, because if we look at, as an example, the Italians, the Jews, the Indians, what do? They form communities, right? If one person gets an opportunity, 10 people are going to eat from that opportunity.
Yes.
They're not scared of building those networks, because they literally keep it in the family. They would rather have 10 deals flow back into a Jewish community before it goes to.
Yeah, in fact, it said
goes out of the perimeter.
Before the money comes out for the Jewish, it touches 17 people or something. Yeah.
That's the concept.
Yeah.
Are we as African people doing that? Can we literally sit back and look at ourselves and say, all right, here's an opportunity. My brother, my sister, let me call you in. How can we chop this opportunity together?
Yes.
How can we chop it?
Yeah.
But now our mindset is very individualistic. And where that individualistic mindset comes from, we need to trace the roots back to that individualism.
Yeah.
And that individualism is going to start changing with platforms and initiatives, such as what you're creating now at the moment, where it's like, I can still be great as an entrepreneur in my own being, but I can be greater.
Yeah.
I can be more powerful. I can create bigger legacy than just trying to do this as one individual, trying to control and dominate my own value chain, and not opening the gateways and doors, because now I'm scared.
Yeah.
But now, what if so-and-so comes on board and now they're going to steal my concept? What if this one's going to come? And we're scared. We want to keep control. We're very controlling.
I get you.
And to become powerful, to become great, you have to you have to become a Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Where you have to literally expand, open up, and say, all right, this is what I've built.
Yeah.
I have such unwavering faith in where this can go that I am now inviting to my boardroom, to my table, the right legacy mindsets, the right investor mindsets, the right consumer mindset that will fit what I'm trying to expand upon.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So we need to really go now, but we had this conversation earlier, and let's draw it on that as per what are you doing now? You mentioned trying to expand, trying to get investors, all of that. So what's that about?
Yeah, so I've built, I've sweated, I've seen just the opposite side of potential bankruptcy. And now I'm sitting and I'm like, we've done the building, we need the expansion.
Yeah.
So if you are a businessman, businesswoman that is legacy geared,
driven,
legacy driven, or if you're an entrepreneur that wants to potentially get into one of my spaces, which is either on the eventing side or in the wellness, beauty, lifestyle space, and you potentially see yourself wanting to take what we've built and you see a great market for it in wherever you are operating at the moment, get in touch with me. Let's see how we can take this beautiful brand that is really built from pure love, pure passion, and wanting to give back in ways of job creation. I would love to see all my businesses be Black women owned. Like, I love women, okay? I love seeing women thrive in the individual spaces. And for them to have a part of, or be able to proudly say, I have a piece of what you've built.
Yeah.
I think that is what I'm designed to do. I want to go and visit your Cassilia Spa in the Hilton Hotel in Lagos.
Yeah.
Or I want to go visit your Cassilia Spa in Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
And be able to come there as a guest, not as your founder.
Yeah, makes sense.
I want to be able to come there and experience your Cassilia from a consumer point of view, and be like, I'm marveled at how further you've taken my brand.
Yeah, that makes sense. So for people watching this, so we're going to put the details on the screen. I'm sure you're active on your socials.
Yes.
Put it there, and also maybe an email so that this conversation can continue.
Absolutely.
Because the whole idea for us at the end of the day, like we said, is for us to be able to connect, is to be able to showcase, is to be able to show what is possible. Okay. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful for the opportunity. It's so amazing. Of course, we're going to have loads of things to together. We're trying to build a network of entrepreneurs here and across Africa. So we're going to do this together through, all of these things. And it's so great to connect with you. So great to hear from you. And I'm sure that the viewers have been inspired by what you said today. Guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of Showcase Africa. Please, you have to do something for me because it's organic growth, right? You have to follow us across all social media platforms on the screen. I'll catch you on another episode. Thanks for joining in. Take care. Thanks.